I tell you what, I'll let you in on a secret. I am not quite ready to do this, but we're going to roll anyways. It's Friday, and we got to do it. We got to do it. Here we go. Where's the sound? No sound. Uh-oh. What is going on here? We don't have sound. We may not be able to do the theme here. What the heck is going on here? Oh, I know it. I do not know what's going on. All right. Well, that's interesting. Good morning and welcome everybody to the Gazette morning update for Friday, March 23rd. We'll start the countdown clock in just a few seconds here. I told you, I gave you fair warning. I was not ready. And I think I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. There it is. Countdown clock will be started. We're getting in the mood right now, man. There we go. All right. Again, this is a Gazette morning update for March 23rd, 2018. It's a Friday. It's a TGIF Friday. And this fine, hyper-local news broadcast, news and information broadcast is brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services over in Paxtonia, as well as Pennsylvania House candidates Eric Epstein and Adam Klein. Thank you guys for supporting our show, and we provide links to your campaign information. That's what we do here at the Gazette morning update. Have a great show for you today. Let's get right into it. Let's back off that music. What an amazing thing. I need a director. Anyone want to sign up? All right, here we're going to do a quick check on the weather, brought to you by the Fat Man Clothing Company out of Colonial Park. That's where we're doing. Turn some light on here. Get some light moving. Okay. It is 31 degrees in the Ubana Garden section of Linglestown. Going to be a fine day, a high of 43, plenty of sun. And then tonight, a low of 26. Again, no precipitation expected. And tomorrow, looks like another decent day, a high of 44. So we're still hanging in there with those cooler temps. The warmer springtime weather has not arrived, but we'll hang in there for a little bit longer. Thank you, Anthony Cristillo, for providing, once again, our daily weather check. And here's what's on tap today. I have a couple announcements, a couple updates, and then we're going to go through the Paxton Herald. I mean, a treasure, a gem, a local gem, our only newspaper. Well, we'll call it it's a tabloid, folks. It's not really a newspaper. We'll go through that because there's a lot of crap in here worthy of note. First of all, some updates. These are from Central Dauphin School District updates is what they are. I got a post last week about the walk-in, as I called it, a walk-in at Central Dauphin High School related to the school deaths in Florida. Got a lot of attention. I mean, I think it might have been 2,000 people that particular post reached. The interesting part was I was able to take some photos of the police presence at the high school from a distance and, had arrows pointing down to them. We counted 8 police cruisers around the high school for an event that was happening inside the walls of the school. And some people took some shots at me, to be honest with you, about me putting an emphasis, me pointing out the fact that there was a huge police presence. So much so that when I drove up the hill by the tennis courts, I felt very, very, very uncomfortable because I knew eyes were going to be on me. I really didn't want to be questioned for driving on public property, and I was concerned that was going to happen. It didn't, but I was concerned. I called the school district yesterday, talked to their public relations person to find out what the story was, since I was getting continual questions on this. And here's what came back. The state police were there because they contacted Principal Kenneth Miller, the principal at the Central Dauphin High School, and offered their services. as a goodwill gesture. That's my take, a goodwill gesture, and also as something that would be an abundance of caution in the event something would have happened out there. I'm not sure what that would have been, but if something would have, the police were going to be there. So that's the story. They were invited in based on their offer to help out Central Dauphin High School in that event. I won't make any more comment, but that's what the story is. That's why there were so many police whenever there was no threat whatsoever. That I'm aware of, and no one is reporting any threat, but they were there just as a goodwill gesture, abundance of caution. The other thing is, I also reported both on Penn Live as well as Linglestown Gazette that the school district is gearing up to sell bonds. In other words, to borrow money. $25 million is the approximate amount of money they are looking to borrow. And during that discussion, during the school board meeting, there was somewhat of a testy back and forth between one school board member and the administration and a consultant that was dealing with this borrowing. The problem was, or the issue was that the school board was told they're going to borrow $25 million, $22 million for a new elementary school in West Hanover Township, and $3 million for school security updates. The school district is putting together a package of $8 million that they can use for school security updates, and $3 million was going to come from this borrowing. So you put 22 and 3 together, you get $25 million. Well, the administration came in with a resolution seeking permission to borrow up to something like $28 million. And this caused all kinds of confusion. So I called Karen McConnell, the school district assistant superintendent for administration, essentially the business manager, to explain to me how that works. And I knew it was something technical. I knew it was something driven by state law. And what it is that the state law requires school districts and other governmental agencies that are doing a borrowing, that are floating bonds, to oversize their resolution in the event they have to borrow more money to make things work. So you don't have to go back and redo everything. Let's say you needed to borrow $27 million instead of $25. Well, the state law provides that you have a big enough cushion that you could do that without going through the whole process again, spending thousands of dollars on bond counsels and professionals to redo everything. Okay? And it just so happened that yesterday was the day that the bonds for Central Dauphin School District were being put out and people could buy them. And Karen McConnell indicated that it appeared that the borrowing was going to be in the $25 million range based on what she was seeing. She expects to report to the board on what the final outcome of that bond sale, I believe, in the first meeting in April. First meeting in April, we'll have an idea. Just to take it one step further, what's going to happen next is, with the West Hanover Elementary School, they'll go out to bid and see where those bids come in. If the bids come in a reasonable range, that project probably will move forward. If they're higher than expected, we'll see what happens. So things are tracking toward a new school in West Hanover Township. That explains the borrowing confusion. It's very technical. It's driven by state law. There's nothing underhanded going on at this point in time that I can pick up. And before we get into the Paxton Herald, I took probably more time than I wanted to on that. I do want to give you, hey, this is worthy of some bumper music. Something fun, folks. Something fun is in the works. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Something fun is in the works. I met with, if you look at Linglestown Gazette right now, under the lifestyle section, you'll see that we have a mystery lifestyle guy who will not identify himself other than me. He signs off his articles, me, M-E. Well, I huddled with my mystery guy yesterday and related to him my Finger Lakes trip of last weekend that I'm still glowing from. I mean, I love that area. I really do. And the area I love is Keuka Lake, and that's the shape of the lake. It's a Y. Okay? Well, we put together a package. We're floating this out there right now on October 6th. October 6th, a Saturday in October, hopefully right in the middle of fall foliage season up in the Finger Lakes region. We're putting together a one-day bus trip where we would go to the town, a former coolest tiny town or small town in the United States, Hammondsport, New York, it's located right here at the bottom of Keuka Lake. And right up in here, the western side, whatever the western side is, it's this side, right? This side right here is loaded with wineries. So we'd probably stop at 2 to 3 wineries, spend some time down here in Hammondsport, beautiful shops, beautiful lakefront, places to hang out. You can have a great day with Linglestown Gazette and our mystery lifestyle guy. We're putting that together. So if you're at all interested, this trip would be probably between $100 and $150 per person. It would include, and we will outline exactly what it includes and what it doesn't. Probably the only thing it doesn't include is your meal. Okay? If you have any interest at all, please put a comment. Please contact Linglestown Gazette. We're going to try and put this together, and we have to do it quickly so that we can reserve the bus. I mean, this is right in the heart of fall foliage time. What I'm talking about quickly again is a trip to the Finger Lakes for a wine tour, one day, one heck of a time with Linglestown Gazette and our lifestyle guy. You know, so if you're interested at all, please let me know, because we're gonna put out some more feelers and see if we have enough interest to reserve this bus. That's what we're doing. Okay. So now here we go. The Paxton Herald, folks, 4 minutes to fly through this, and I tell you what, pick up a copy of this. There's no way I'm going to be able to get through everything, and here I need to spend just a few minutes. If I do nothing else, I got to spend a few minutes. Here's their top story, above the fold top story. Big changes on the way. Big changes on the way to Route 39. That's Linglestown Road, and Route 743. That's the one that goes from like Grantville to Derry Township, the Hershey area. That quarter, there's big changes. Well, I have some inside information on that. There are absolutely not big changes on the way. What this is and what they're talking about is a study. It's a study, nothing more. It has no ability to change anything. It's just information's being gathered about the Linglestown Road corridor as well as the 743 corridor. That's what's being done. No changes are on the way. There's a lot of stuff that would have to happen before changes do take place. They're gathering information about various land uses, traffic patterns, accidents, and a whole variety of things is what a regional planning commission is involved in. They're working with a local engineering office to pull this off, and it's been happening for over a year. And initially, I'll have to give credit where credit is due. This was put together, this study on Route 39, and then eventually they added 743, was spearheaded by Stray Winds Area Neighbors, the watchdog group here in Lower Paxton Township. Because we all know that Linglestown Road, that corridor is becoming harder and harder to navigate during certain parts of the day. And so let's take a look. The first thing you got to do is evaluate what's happening. Okay. So that process is underway. It was delayed. I mean, we were hoping to have information already about this, and there's nothing to offer. They're indicating what they've done. They're not even expecting this study to be done until 2019 based on what's on page 2. And I have a document myself on this. Anticipated completion date, April 1st, 2019. Nothing happens until April 1st, 2019. And after that, all kinds of heavy lifting would have to take place for anything to happen. So this headline is not accurate. There could be big changes on the way, but they are not on the way at this time, okay? we have a minute and a half. Let me just start to go through here and give you some of the, I mean, I'm turning into the Paxton Herald's biggest salesperson. There's a free Civil War Museum presentation March 24th. It explores story of two Gettysburg brothers who fought for the Confederacy. That's at the National Civil War Museum, just not too far away from Lower Paxton. The Lower Paxton Golden Agers new temp April. Oh, they have a new temporary April meeting location, so you can find out about that if if you're a Golden Ager. Okay, how about that? Pretty good, huh? There's nothing that I picked up in the legal notices this week, so we'll bypass that section. 42 seconds. Oh my gosh. Apparently, someone has a letter to the editor. It says, "Reader says cats get a free ride in Lower Paxton Township." Okay. There's a drive-through chicken barbecue at Linglestown Church on April 7th. That's the St. Thomas United Church of Christ. They have great chicken barbecues. I'm going to turn this thing off before we'll go a minute or two over. What else do we have in the Paxton Herald this week? All right. Linglestown American Legion Post 272. They have their spring ham and bean soup sale. That's tomorrow, Saturday, March 24th, 10 a.m. That's the Linglestown American Legion Post 272, 505 North Mountain Road. Soup sale tomorrow, 10 a.m. Be there or be squared. West Hanover Township, our neighboring township, has bus trips that they're sponsoring. There's an ad in there. Of course, Linglestown American Legion has a great Sunday breakfast buffet that the public is welcome to attend. And I'm trying to pick up on the times on that, and I'm not seeing it easily here on this ad. Every Sunday morning, I don't see the times. But if you go at 9, 10 o'clock, they'll be there for you. I just didn't pick it up quick enough. What else do we have? Going into section 2 here, there's a few more things I had marked. I mean, all this is for the taking. I mean, and there's you can subscribe to this thing for peanuts, or pick it up at the newsstand. I think it's 35 cents, 50 cents. I will check that in just a second. Well, we'll stop it there. I mean, there's stuff in section 2. I know I had marked a few things with my red marker. Linglestown Community Garden Club plans trip to Arboretum at Penn State. That's May 14th. That's coming up, folks. And here, Dauphin County residents, if you have not received your real estate tax notices, you should contact the county treasurer. The discount period ends March 31st. And professional wrestling, our sports director, Joe Gilloway, says there's professional wrestling tomorrow night at the Forum. But I'll be talking, I mean, I love professional wrestling. WWE wrestling, I'm there. However, I'm in a murder mystery. I'm gonna be Poindexter Boinkerton, so I will not be at the wrestling this time around. Thanks, folks, for showing up today for the Gazette Morning Update. Really appreciate anyone who watches this thing live or catches it on the rebound in a file. This show is picking up steam. We're moving ahead, and we'll see you all on Monday. Again, this is the Gazette Morning Update, brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services and 105th Legislative District candidates, Democrat Eric Epstein and Republican Adam Klein, all are sponsoring this fine show. We'll see you on Monday, right back here.